Good morning. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. A little bit later than usual because TJ and I decided to take our walk first. It's absolutely gorgeous out there. I hope wherever you are it is half as gorgeous as it is here, because it's going to be a great day for being outside and doing things. Gardening, walking, lawn care, whatever it is that's up your alley. So, welcome Mara. Glad you are here. That's 2 days in a row you've been my first peep. Love it, love it, love it. And of course now TJ's out on the porch giving someone the business. So, but it's going to be a beautiful day. Good morning, Lori. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. So, we have a great card today. I love this card, and I have an anecdote to put with it. So, our card comes from, I got to get the glare off of it a bit here, Power of Surrender deck by Judith Orloff. And it's a very pretty card. I'm going to put it over here and see if we get less glare. That's a little better. Surrender to your soul's path. And look at that beautiful verdant garden. I'd like to be sitting right in the middle of that bridge, soaking up the beauty. And actually, my friend Diane and I are going to take a walk today and spend some time out there in the world. See what we get. Good morning, Joe. Glad you're here. So again, surrender. Whoop, I'm going to put it over here. Surrender to your soul's path. So, a couple of nice deep breaths. And let them go. Today's Sunday, day of rest. Day to do the things you want to do instead of the things you feel like you should do. Good morning, Carrie. Glad you are here. Surrender to your soul's path. That is our card for today. So just breathing that in. Here are our words, and then we'll see where we go from there. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. I love that idea of it's perfectly designed for us to learn the things we're meant to learn. And I believe that when we do surrender to our soul's path, those lessons can come in kinder, gentler ways. When we buck learning our lessons, that's when I think the heat gets turned up a little bit to make the point, okay, you're being offered an opportunity here to learn something. Please learn. Sorry about that. The internet must have taken a brief pause. So after our interlude there, I want to share a story from yesterday. So we were on the second day of our rummage sale, right? And it was going pretty well. We probably were able to unpack an additional 10, 12 boxes of stuff into the area where people were shopping. And I had three different people show up, friends of mine who I haven't seen in ages, one who often comes to retreats that I hosted at the motel, and two who are friends, one who sponsored or set up my credit card machine for the motel, etc. So it was very nice having them there to visit. And one person said to me something along the lines of coming to work with me, etc., has allowed her to not just stay complacent with things. Basically what she said, because I had asked her how her new job was going, and she said it's pretty darn cool, and she's basically being paid to be creative. How wonderful is that? And she remarked that had she not gone to the retreats, she probably wouldn't have changed her job. She wouldn't have been able to see beyond the fact that it was paying her pretty well, but she wasn't happy. She didn't enjoy doing what she was doing with that job. But how many people do that? It pays the bills. And I remember one client I had who was really struggling, young woman, maybe mid to late 20s, and trying to figure out what she wanted to do with her life, what she wanted, what vocation she wanted. And her dad confronted her and said, look, I've worked 34 years at this mill and I've hated every day of it, but I'm going. And he was proud of the fact that he's been miserable 8 to 10 hours a day for 34 years. I will hazard a guess that that is not what Spirit brought us to Earth for. Just saying. So, I prefer that you surrender to your soul's path, that you allow yourself to be led where you're meant to go. If you're getting the signs that what you're doing isn't filling the need, it's time to make a change. It's time to make a change. And as for that change, when you surrender to your soul's path, good morning, Beth, glad you're here. When you surrender to your soul's path, you will be led. It will be so simple, not easy, simple. The steps will be handed to you. It'll be so blazingly obvious that you can't miss it. You can choose not to follow it, but you can't miss it. Okay? So I'll tell you another story. Because for me, when people say words at me, I don't necessarily resonate. But if they share a story, that's why I'm loving this Glennon Doyle book. Again, so now I've read 3 of them. It's all about the anecdotes. She puts the stories in there so you can go, oh, I see how this applies. I see what applies to her, and now maybe I can figure out how it applies to me. But now I gotta remember which story I was gonna tell you. Going with that guidance. Yes, okay, so I remember. It was someone who was trying to decide if she was going to do a second career. She already had her main career that she was going to continue to work because she loved it, but she was feeling this tug to do something adjacent, as it were. And she's trying to decide. So I taught her my cheesy little next 3 things method. Gist of it is, you ask the universe a question, God, Spirit, all that is, however you frame it, ask a question. Am I meant to begin this new venture? Am I meant to leave this situation? Am I meant to, what's in my highest and best good here? Pay attention to the next 3 things that grab your attention. It can be a song on a radio, it can be a billboard, it can be someone passing by saying something, it can be something you read, whatever, all kinds of things, a bumper sticker you see. So this person asked, am I meant to do this next venture? And got 2 little affirmative kinds of things, a song on the radio, and I forget what the second one was. And then she got mad at God. Okay, I need it to be obvious. If this is what you want me to do, I need it to be obvious. It had been a cloudy, gloomy day. The clouds parted, the sun shone down, and she busted out laughing. She's like, okay, that was obvious. And actually that venture, she's still doing that venture decades later. So your answers are there. It's practicing trusting them. And even if you follow your soul's path and something about that seems difficult, I'm just going to make one up here. Let's say you do start a hobby and are doing it for small business kinds of things, and it's difficult and it's not going well and nothing's flowing. You may think you made the wrong step. That might not be what it is. It may be that this vehicle, this hobby, this little business, whatever it is you're doing, has lessons for you. And maybe this difficulty getting started is one of the lessons for you. Ask about it. Ask for guidance about that. Okay, help me understand what it is I'm meant to learn from this difficulty. I thought this would be easier. It's not. Help me learn what I meant to learn. What am I meant to learn from this? And then allow and spend some quiet time. So again, today is and I've got to remind everybody, today is the solar eclipse. This is one of the most powerful days of our year. So what you set for intention today is like on steroids, all right? So what do you want to set for today with regard to surrendering to your soul's path? What do you want to set for an intention for today, surrendering to your soul's path? That's actually one of the reasons why I asked Diane if she wanted to go for a walk. I need more connection out there. I spend a lot of time doing the stuff I do here, but I need to be out there more present for our world. So what about you? What will you open yourself up to today? What will you pay attention to today? What will you give a little more of your time today? Because what you're doing today is going to reverberate heavily. So definitely, so my lighten your load class, the clutter clearing class that we're doing, that was hard to say, clutter clearing class. There's 33 people signed up. Clearly there's a need for this class. So I posted pictures of my heinous desk because I've got stuff everywhere. So that is today's plan, in addition to going for a walk with Diane. That is today's plan, is decluttering my desk. I want a lean, sparse space that has pockets of openness to invite in the creativity. When there's this much stuff here, it's hard to be creative. So, and then as I was thinking about my desk, after taking the pictures and posting them, as I was thinking about my desk, I went upstairs to change for bed and was looking at this little shelf thing that I set up, and I'm like, I don't need that basket full of junk, and I don't need that basket full of junk, and I don't need this little cup full of junk. So, 2 baskets and a little cup full of stuff no longer needed. I can repurpose the cup, and I think I'm going to get rid of the baskets. So once you start thinking in a direction, so what you pick for today, don't fret about if, oh, I have to pick something, and what about all the other things? And you're greasing the skids for the whole process here. So if you pick a something, I am going to have that conversation with my husband that I've been avoiding, to let's see if we can, make something go smoother in our marriage. By doing that, you're then greasing the skids for other conversations. If you like the clutter clearing one, so I picked my desk as my focus, but then the bathroom got a little bit of a boost too. Don't worry that, oh, I'm going to have to declare something and everything else is going to have to wait. No. You're planting a seed and it's going to open doors. How's that for mixing my metaphors? Planting a seed and opening doors. For all manner of change. All manner of change. All right? So don't fret about that. So here is our card again for today. Surrender to your soul's path. I would like you to consciously walk a little bit of your soul's path today. You get to decide what that's going to look like. I'd love to have some of you post in the feed what that's going to look like for you, because that's going to give other people ideas. Oh, so she's going to go garden out in front because it's messy out there and she hasn't gotten to that bed. I could do the one in the back. Plant seeds for each other. All right? Have an awesome day. I will see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.